Matthew 22:35. All right. Sing it. Yeah, go ahead.
Matthew 22:35. Everybody got it?
Come on.
Matthew 22nd chapter, 35th verse. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahweh said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
That's number one. We gotta love the Most High with all our heart, all our, which is keep the commandments. You gotta say it how he said, which is keep these commandments, which is do the will of the Most High. That's how you love the Most High. This is how you do the will of the Most High. Go ahead.
This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Everything you reading about in this book hang on them two things, brother. If you do them two things, you're gonna do everything. If you can knock them two out, you're gonna do everything, brother. That's the spirit we're gonna have to be. And listen, if you take on the spirit of pride, you ain't gonna be able to love your brother, because you're gonna be too busy loving yourself. You say pride about loving yourself, selfishness about loving yourself. All of them spirits is all about me, and it ain't never about you. And until I cut off me, the only way I'm gonna ever get to you. You understand, Shlomo? That's the only way I'm gonna get to you is if I get off of me. We're at tell me where you at, Mike.
Matthew 22, and I just finished 40.
22 and 40. Brother, this is everything right there. We teach some heavy classes in here, but this is the heaviness. This is the stuff that we supposed to be foundated on. This is what the work was supposed to originally be built on. And at one time was trying to go this way back up in New York. This is what it got to stay built on. They got to be built on this. This got to be the foundation, and they got to ride on that foundation. That foundation is Christ. All right. One more time when you get a chance.
One. 40 verse?
Yes, please.
On these two commandments hang all the law.
Read the whole thing.
35th verse. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahweh said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
It all hangs on that. Go ahead.
When it says neighbor here, is he talking about our kin?
I'm an Israelite.
Gosh.
And that's supposed to go on for every brother.
Just going through the question. Like a lot of Christians believe that the commandments and the laws are two different things. Can you use this since it says the commandments and the law to show that?
They believe that the commandments and the laws are two different
Like they
things.
use the same commandments, but they don't believe those laws no longer exist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's like mumbo jumbo with them. Because yes, the laws and the commandments are the same, but the commandments that it's talking about is not talking about the actual law. And I think that that's what they're saying. When Christ is saying the law and the commandments, he's talking about the law that came down with Moses, but then he also talking about all other stuff the Lord commanded. Thus saith the Lord commanded this, blah, blah, blah. You was going to say something?
If I could. And also the proof that they're wrong is Deuteronomy 28:1. And Moses commanded the people saying, like all the laws is commandments. They're all commandments. You go through tons of scripture in Deuteronomy where it say, the Lord commanded thee this, Moses commanded us, saying this, keep all the laws, which I command you this day. And also the difference is too, is the law is talking about, like how does bring it out? The law is talking about, drive 65 or get a $200 ticket. Like the law is part punishment. You know what I'm saying? Like the law ain't just, the law is not so much a telling you to do something.
The law is event and punishment.
Right. That's the law. And the commandment is do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, the law is different. It's a different thing in that sense. But in the sense that the 10 Commandments are different than the laws, it's just not true. You can go to Deuteronomy 28:1 and show them that. So.
Right.
It was about that. Like, okay, like, no, I ain't getting it because once you get the same punishment for breaking the commandment, on the 10 Commandments.
It depends on the commandment. I mean, there's different punishments from the commandments, but every commandment is not a punishable law or is even stated a law. Some of them is, when you build a temple, thus said the Lord, command the children of Israel, when they go out to war, they bring a paddle and they dig the hole. When they bring the paddle, now I don't say if they don't dig the hole, this is going to happen. But it's a commandment that they dig the hole and carry the paddle. You see what I'm saying? But it ain't no law punishment on the other side of this that's written. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same. The law and the commandment, they ain't mixed together. But in the sense of law and commandment is just what's said and not the punishment with it. Behind, not the do this or this happens. You see what I'm saying?
Also, too, don't they cut themselves with that because they pay tithes. Tithes ain't in the 10 Commandments.
Exactly.
So they paying tithes, that's in the law, not the 10 Commandments, right?
Right. And other stuff too. So the ones that keep the Sabbath and all.
I'm just curious on what you just said. Those commandments that didn't have judgments with them, like when you just brought up.
For written punishment.
Right. How would we back then, what would we do if one of those was broken?
According to the scriptures, you bring them before the priest. And it also tells you too, and I can't think of it right now, that the priests made judgments about certain things. It tells you that also that they shall bring before the priest and they shall judge this or they shall judge that. A lot of stuff was at his discretion. You know what I mean? Like whoever was commanding or whatever. It was that Levites was laying down, if they don't do this, put this punishment on them. If they don't do that, do this punishment. You know what I mean? So, all right. Clear? Okay. Get Galatians 6:1. Galatians 6:1. Same brother read. Do we read where Moses said he resists the proud? Brother, remember that. You don't want to push yourself away from the Most High by being proud. If you be proud, he gonna push himself away from you. Most High said, draw nigh unto me and I'll draw nigh unto you. But if you proud, he's gonna go like this. And then you're gonna wonder why he ain't recognizing you, why he ain't elevating you, why you ain't growing, why you not accomplishing whatever you're trying to accomplish. You're gonna wonder why a lot of things, because he has decided to. This guy is proud. He resists the pride. Things you don't want to do, he gonna block you. He gonna resist you. Things you want to accomplish. Things you want to do in the truth. If you proud, he gonna stop it. So you can't have that pride, or he ain't gonna let it go. All right. Galatians 6:1. You got it, man.
Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault,
This is important, man. If a brother make a mistake, he be overtaken in a fault. Go ahead.
ye which are spiritual,
We supposed to be spiritual. We supposed to be spiritual. Go ahead.
restore such an one in the spirit of meekness,
In the spirit of meekness. You supposed to be restoring him, bringing him back in the spirit of meekness, not in the spirit of tearing his head off. In the spirit of meekness, man. You ain't supposed to do that, something, this is wrong. That ain't the way you handle that. Now, what the heck is wrong with you, man? Something. You ain't in the spirit of meekness now. You done went into another spirit. And that's against the scripture. It's against the Most High. You understand? Be careful how you deal with brothers. Exercise. The things you see Muhammad doing, like I'm doing, exercise, learning. You don't learn nothing else. That is the beginning of the way you deal in the truth. How do you deal with your brother? Are you willing to harm him? Does coming to harm him come first? A lot of us condition with that. When we see a group of brothers, we thinking like he's something. What these niggas up to? You in the wrong spirit. You thinking just the same way that people try to kill him thinking. You in the wrong spirit. How do you approach him? How do you deal with him? Confrontation break out. What do you do? Way you deal with it out there, it's going to for sure spill in here. You exercise it out there, it will be exercised in here. And let me tell you something else. Come out the spirit of the world. Because that's the spirit of the world. The spirit of the world is preying on other brothers, be in conflict with other brothers. That's the spirit on this world. The spirit on this world ain't fight Esau. The spirit on this world is fight other brothers. Try to look at them, come at them. Rest assured, if you got that spirit out there in the world, that thing gonna spill over in here. And you're gonna treat young men coming in here a sideways. You're gonna beat their spirit down. And then you're gonna make other brothers in here turn on you because of that evil. You gonna say something?
Yeah, kind of. The other day, if I can, like 2 seconds, where they had locked his brother up. And he got into a fight and they beat him down. And I was in the hospital, he couldn't let any my officer around him, he was going off on him. So I played him out of the room he was in. And he kept saying things, and I was agreeing with him. Like he was saying, well, you know, beat him like told them, no crackers don't love you, when against me and you be brother. And I agreed with him. In my spirit, I said, damn, you're right, but calm down. He wouldn't calm down. But it was a conflict with me. And I wanted to be like, yeah, you're right, that's them. But because of the job, I just tried to get him to calm down. We ended up having don't be much to calm him down because he wanted the right people. But it was a spirit was really and I was sitting there looking at him and I'm agreeing with him. Everything he's saying, I'm agreeing with everything he's saying.
Let me tell you something.
And I feel it. And I was pissed because I couldn't let out what I wanted to say what he was saying. You know what I mean?
I understand that, but what you should look at, Javier, is that if you was not in that room, the Edomites would have not left the room. And the fact that you were standing there, those Edomites, you was able to put those Edomites out the room. You understand? So I know it's a conflict with you because you working on the job and dealing with your people. But until the Lord decide he gonna make a change with you, you still the best thing for that brother in the room. You know what I mean? Like you in the room getting the Edomites out. Like Satan ain't gonna let you remember that. He just gonna try to make you think you ain't shit. You stand there with a uniform with the cracker. Don't let Satan play on your mind. You understand? He playing on your mind with that. You in the room because you the one going to get the crackers out the room from you. You understand? That's what's going to happen. You there at the arrest because you the one going to stop them from killing them. You understand? Like, that's what you got to think about. Like, you ain't going to be able to be all out and just say, fuck you, excuse me. Sorry, there's like a sound. It's a lot. You ain't going to be the one to say, oh, you know, you white people's the devil, stop beating the brother up. You ain't going to be able to say that. I know you would like to say that, but you ain't going to be able to say that. But you are going to be able to say, yo, let's don't kill him, man. Yo. You're going to be able to say that. And if you listen, and that's more than what he would have got if he wasn't there. So what the Lord allowing you to do, He allowing you to do. Now, when the time comes, the Holy Spirit might come over you, and you might turn to them and say, you bunch of devils, get the hell out. But right now, the Lord ain't giving you that to do that. So you have to do what you could do, and you have to recognize that you being there, you understand, is better than you not. Listen, I grew up in the Bronx. I done see much Negroes get beat to pits. And brother, I would have loved if you could have been there in any one of those. A ton of them brothers would have come back with their head right, wouldn't be walking around derelict out there because some cracker split their head open and they ain't no good no more, and they eating out of garbage can. You understand? So you being there go to save lives as opposed to the opposite. But Satan will play on you to make you feel like you ain't doing enough, because what he really want to do is provoke you into something else. But the Lord ain't give you to do that yet. You understand? You ain't got it. It ain't come yet. Maybe it'll come later.
Remember too, and it's a slippery slope, because remember this mistake that Peter made, cutting the cat ear off.
Yes.
Like he thought that this was something that was, I should be stepping all the way out and doing.
Yes.
But really, Satan is the one that told him to do it.
Yes.
It's right.
Yeah, you right. And let me tell you something else. 9 out of 10 of these niggas you arrested, they Lord is punishing them. Because they doing wicked. You understand? So don't think the Lord ain't in it too. They're gonna selling drugs and get caught because now he done beat up his woman because she took money out and saved. Here you come on a domestic violence. You don't know that it's the Lord coming because of all that crack he was selling. And now he going to jail. And you going to be the one taken because of mercy coming, because the Lord for some reason having mercy on him, but he going anyway. You understand? So it's mercy from the Most High either way. So don't put that in your mind. Them centurions was back then during the time of Christ, all of them. Remember, the captain told Christ, I'm a man under authority. And I tell a man go and he go, and a man come. Now he didn't feel right bringing Christ all the way up under his house. Remember that? He was like, you can't come all the way to my house because I'm a man under authority. You can't do this. It ain't right that I bring you into my house, but just say the word. He came as far as he could come at that time with Christ. And Christ looked at that and said, I've not seen this much faith in all Israel. You understand? Like, that's what Christ said. So, brother, don't let Satan play on your mind with that. You doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You know you got the Holy Spirit on you. You know when you in them situations. You feeling it. You know what's going on. You see the brother there. He's speaking out. He's speaking rightly. You understand? You know Esau is right there. You know that you can't do certain things, but what you can do, you do. Y'all leave the room. I got it. I'm going to talk to him. And even though he got demons on him, he's still screaming and cursing at you. You know that you did what you were supposed to do spiritually, what the Lord allowed you to do. You understand? And listen, don't think that he ain't going away thinking about it later. Like he might be in the heat of being upset now, but when you go back to that cell and you see him later, or whatever the case is, he gonna say, yo, man, good looking out, man. I was tripping that day, man. Something. And you gonna know I did the job. That's what the Lord then gave you to do. Do what he gave you to do. And listen, y'all have told me some stories, brother, about cats who would have been dead if y'all was not on that patrol. A ton of situations that happen out there where cats would have been dead if it was not for y'all. Yeah, y'all was patrolling like saving cats, like cats about to get into something, and y'all telling them, listen, y'all roll. Because you know your people, you know they getting ready to go get into something. So you roll them the hell on out before they go get themselves in a jam and end up in jail. And brother, listen, that was right. And listen, on the other hand, you do the opposite like you did today. Me and Todd Ward in the car almost arrested Esau. Well, he was in the car with you. And that was right. And that sister got the plate and everything. Even though she was a wicked Christian church woman, she was still Israel. You still had to show her love. You still had to protect her. And listen, and because you rolled up, it might have been the reason the cracker rolled off. But who knows what he would have done if you had not been there. You know what I mean? So you doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? You're a man under authority, and you can't bring but so much under your roof. But it don't mean your faith is short. Well, that Christ called that cat more faith that he said, I have not seen more faith in all Israel. And he would not bring Christ to the house. And let me tell you something else too, that the Most High is far above man. And the Most High said he judgeth not with the eye. Stop looking at stuff on the outside. The Lord don't care. Listen, he went and got tax collectors who was taxing Israel, marking them with tax collectors. They were taxing Israel for the Romans, which is against the scriptures. They were publicans and sinners. He went and got them out, and they rose with Christ. Don't look Christ. The Most High judges the heart. You got cats standing on the street 20 years teaching, and the other cats that ain't never went out there teaching. And because of their heart, the Most High will deal with them and not with them. Like, don't judge from the outside. Don't look at that. The Lord look at the fact that you want to do more, but can't. And keeping the rain on you to not do it. Like, if he want, he get you fired tonight. You can go in tonight, they say you fired. You can do it tonight. You can lose that job tonight if he wanted you to. But he ain't cut you off there. I don't know why. Some of y'all coming in, you got to accept everybody and turn it into them. Everybody got hit down. Everybody got a uniform and a gun in here. What's going on? Yo, man. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know why the Lord doing it. So you got to leave it until the Lord do something different. Don't judge by the outside. You know what I mean? The Lord ain't even letting us go out on the street and speak. Like, you know what I mean? So not only you on the range, we all on the range in physical. You know what I mean? Like, we all on the range where we can't get out there and even set up a camp. And the Lord know why. So don't judge from the outside. We got to look spiritually at this. The Lord, he weighing slow. He weighing how you deal with your brothers. He weighing how you dealing with his word. That's what he weighing. You understand? He ain't weighing how much you can do. He weighing how much you doing in the spirit of loving his work and what he said to do and loving the brothers that he put in front of you. He's looking at that. You understand? Well, there might be other brothers out there who stand on a corner speaking, and there going to be other brothers who going to stop a brother from losing his life. You understand? There's going to be other brothers that do that too. A brother from going and getting himself killed up under Esau's hand. So whatever, and the Lord had to show me this too because of my hard-headedness, being a Benjamite too. Love to work. Love to be grinding in something. And the Lord had to show me that what I put you in, this is your portion. Do this. Forget about this and that. Just do what I got you doing right now. When I'm ready to change this, I will move you over here. Right now, do this. Right now, you on the force, do the force. That's it. Be an Israelite, the best you can be on that force, and the best you can be with your people on that force. Go to work, come home, pay your bills, pray to the Most High, keep the high holy day, wake up every Negro you can find around you, and shalom. That's it. That's your portion, and you ain't got to do nothing more, nothing less. You ain't got to feel like you ain't out in the camp, so now you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You doing exactly what you're supposed to do. If he wanted you in the camp, he'll fire you tonight. He'll tell you, go out to the camp. And the same with us. Listen, we speaking in D.C. every week. Traveling 3 hours. Y'all sitting in Philly all week long. These are accomplished speakers in here. The Lord still ain't say go out and teach in Philly. But what's really important is that we continue to follow that spirit. You on the job. That's your portion. Do Hazayan, Hebrew Israelite, set the cop or whatever. That's what you is. Do you? You know what I mean? You Havana Zakamah. You know what I mean? Hebrew Israelite, set the cop. Do you? That's it. That's your job. Do that. Feed your family, pay your bills, love your brothers, do everything you can do for them, learn the scriptures, learn the brotherhood, feed them, clothe them, take care of them, sit down, have a glass of wine with them, talk about their problems, help them with their issues, rejoice in what the Most High do, and just wait on the call for what's next. And believe you me, it'll come in due season. But right now, that's what he wants you to do. Whatever your portion is, do you. Right now, the brothers is going out to the camp, hit that camp every week. Hit it like it ain't no tomorrow, every week. Roll up out of here, pack that van, bounce on up out of here. My portion, I got to work, I'm working down in the state in Baltimore. You understand? Would love to be free and popping up and all that and coming through. I'm working right there. That's my portion right now. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to hit the camps. I'm going to come up here on Sundays when I can. When I can, I can't. I'm going to do my portion. And tomorrow, we may all not be on none of these jobs with garments on head to toe with bells and whistles on our garments. I don't know. But today, we know what we got to do today. You understand?
I could, y'all. I actually heard about this a couple weeks ago. We talked about this. And I remember it was, I didn't realize how long it was. It was 2 years. And me and Johanna just sat in my living room. And Johanna would just teach me the scriptures for 2 years. 2 years. I asked him questions, sitting right in my living room. For 2 years straight. Every day, all night, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. every day for 2 years. It's me and him,
I think he
and he
teaches
teaches
me.
me that shit. And he teach me, I haven't quite teach me. He like, oh man. And I sit by the window and go, boy, and it was so agonizing. The same way, like, when we gonna be able to go travel? When we gonna be able to go teach? For 2 years, it was just that. I remember at the end of that, it was a time where all we could do is, if a brother called, we could go have a drink with him.
Yeah,
That was it.
that was it.
That was it. That's how I started with my yacht.
Yep.
When my yacht called, we gonna have a drink with my yacht. This brother called, and that's it. And all we could do was go have a drink with that brother. Want to do a ton more? That's all we could do. And then just start rolling from there.
That's
I mean, everybody, the time gonna come. Just do what he telling you to do now to the best of your ability. He gonna see you got what it takes.
And if I can add to that, mind, and this, once again, the Most High is far, far, far above us. When you don't do that, when you buck against that, you now stepping out the spirit, and what he want done is not going to get done. Like if we had not sat there in them 2 years, if we had not only went when the brother called, we would not have ran into y'all that night we ran into y'all. It would have never happened. You understand? And because we ran into y'all, the Lord and used y'all to bring up Philip. Like after that, we was coming to the house. Remember, we had the parents go back to the house, and before you know it, it was like stuff started happening. But it wouldn't have happened if we didn't simply say, should we eat in this 7-Eleven? Should we get the hot dogs over here? That's what you got to do with the Lord. He don't care about if you standing on the tower speaking the 3,000 electrical speech to the entire world over a satellite dish. It don't mean nothing to him. Because he can do it himself if he wants. You understand? He wants us to do what he tells us to do. He wants us to love these brothers. You understand? Like, do that. If you don't do nothing else, do that. Show the love to these brothers. This brother right here, Tawar, a real good spirit for that. It's the truth. The truth is the truth. I got to say it. This brother very humble, very kind, very caring. I got to brush him from questioning me how well I'm all right. Because he do it on automatic. He quickly, the minute I see him, hey, how you doing? You got down last night? I was looking at him like, how you doing now? How you doing? Because he will see how you doing. He will check on you. And listen, that brother is gold. You understand? That's from the Lord. And that's how we supposed to be. And he ain't thinking about his own. He's thinking about you. And brother, that's how we supposed to be. We supposed to be thinking about another brother. If we get in that spirit out, then we ain't got to worry about it. We don't even got to leave the room. The room will come, the world will come in the room. We don't, if he say, just be a brother, we just sit here, we just gonna be a brother. Listen, the whole earth gonna walk in the room. We're gonna be like, damn, where everybody come from? Because we just did what he said to do. You understand? He gonna build this nation. We ain't building nothing. He gonna build the nation. All we gonna do is just do what he said to do. And brother, that's your portion right now, Haji. You drive the silver bullet, you go see the kids, answer the phone, shit, oh, what's going on? You understand? Let's do that. That's all you got to do. Bear with me 1 second. But I do want to add one thing. Pay your tithes today. Pay your tithes, brother. We need it. I just want to, I feel like the Spirit telling me to add that. Pay your tithes as a part of you doing you. Because it's so necessary. We paying the rent on edge. We traveling on edge. Ain't no money going to waste in it. Nobody coming out. Ain't nobody buying no new cars and nothing like that. The money going for the bills. Keep everything flowing. Keep everybody rolling and all that. I can't send my Yahweh Muhammad out to work. If I send them out to work, it's going to destroy everything we try to do. I need them to be liberal. Because they're free, I can work. And I take everything I got. They'll tell you. I can tell you, I take everything I got and pour it into the work, mainly into Baltimore, to get that third school up where ain't nobody there to help. You understand? But if I put them on jobs to cut the bills, then it's going to mess up everything we doing. Who's going to hold these camps down? Who's going to be free to talk to brothers day or night? So they have to be free. I couldn't even see that. And then once again, want to do what I want to do. Couldn't see that in the beginning. But the Spirit had to show me that every man have his proper gift and every man got his portion. And men's jobs change at times. But right now, let's just do what we do. But let's be the best in brothers. Another thing, too, is we don't need to be stressing ourselves out with no extra stuff. You know what we need to stress ourselves out with? We're pouring more love on brothers. That's what should be distressing. Like we distressing ourselves with bills and making more money and doing this and doing that. brothers, distress yourself with going and calling up a brother and saying, look, man, let's go and have a drink. Let's sit down and talk. What's going on? What's happening? You hear about this or hear about that. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's where we're supposed to, let's press that and not all that other stuff. You know what I mean? And if everybody do what they're supposed to do as far as paying their tithes, then it won't be, that part of the work will not be big. You know what I mean? We'll never have to be in no money crunch. We'll be, like the Lord give us our portion. Everybody that's working, that's paying their tithes, is just enough to do everything we need to do. It ain't enough to do a whole lot more, but it's enough to do what we got to do. But if we don't do what we're supposed to do, then we can't do what we need to do. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So let's stay the course on those things, and then the rest need to just be brotherhood. Just love the brother, wake them up, bring them in here, show them what nobody else has shown them out there, and we're gonna win them for life. We're gonna win them for life. Let's read on 61. Somebody to do?
No.
Oh yeah, question, go ahead.
I mean, I want to ask, have you ever had, or anybody here, had that feeling where, like I know sometimes I have a feeling where sometimes, like, I go through a mental thing where you want to do what's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I find myself being like, saying to myself, you know, like, am I worthy of this because of certain things? I can show for a good example. Like I know I'm human, you know, and sometimes I may get angry, you know, like a situation where the incident between my mother and my father. Now I'm in a situation where
You in a situation now?
yeah, like right now where I find it hard to try to communicate with my father because he has put this wall up. Like now, like I call there, he hang the phone up. I call there, he'll say, don't call here. You know, and then that kind of part, because then I find myself feeling like a fool because I'm trying so hard. But then he put this barrier up, but yet still you got his brother that influenced him, supposed to be a Christian, a holy man, but influenced him in doing these things. You know, and then I feel like, and then sometimes I be like saying like things in my mind like, you know, well, forget him, this and that, but I know that's not right. And then sometimes I convert back and I get on, you know, just sit down and I think about it. I'm like, you know, this is hard, you know, because here, you know, I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to live the way Yahweh want me to live, but it's hard. You know, and then sometimes I think about it, I'm like, sitting here saying to myself, like, this seems like this is like the hardest thing to do because you want to do right, but it's like you're I call it the flesh. Just seems sometimes it just overtakes you, and then sometimes I just sit there and I put my head down, and sometimes I don't know if I'm coming or I'm going, but then after a while I'll be all right. But it's just like certain things, man. It gets to me.
Well, let me just say this to y'all. That what you are experiencing is a wonderful thing. And that wonderful thing is called becoming a new man. That's what's going on with you. So the Lord is readjusting you to being that new man. Now, here's what you got to remember. That because you're doing what's right, you are getting persecuted at times. But what you are doing is absolutely right. Like what Satan would have wanted in that incident with your mom and your father. Satan wanted you to go up in there, harm your father, then do everything you did for your mother, then leave out, and then now never talk to your father. And you and your father be justified to not talk to each other. That's what he wants. The reason your father is holding his ground is because he is angry at what you did, but more so because he is guilty at what you did not do and could have done, but did not. So the persecution, the block that's coming between the two of you is because you did not go and be carnal. instead was spiritual. And let me tell you something else. Because you were spiritual, you still delivered your mom and didn't harm him, the Lord still got the door open for you to always deal with him back. Now, if he doesn't want to communicate with you, then give him time. You might have to give him time. But give him time knowing that you did exactly what you were supposed to do according to the scriptures rightly. Now, knowing that, and let me say this, sometimes you lose family members for doing what Christ said. Like he said, if you love mother, father, sister, brother more than me, you're not worthy of me. Because sometimes you could lose. You mean, when I say lose, meaning you lose, they don't want to talk to you no more. Tons of that happening here, right or wrong. Your family members don't want to deal with you because you stood right with the Lord. What you did was right with the Lord. Now, I'll tell you what, once again, Satan wanted you to go in there and whoop his behind so that him and the Christian brother could say, see, he ain't right. And now have a legitimate reason to never communicate with you no more. But now, he got no legitimate reason. But yet, he's still hating you. So if he don't want to communicate with you, there's nothing you can do until the Lord opens it up and make him have to communicate with you. But listen, what you did was more important is that what you did was right according to the Most High. And the reason you feel like you coming and going is because the Spirit of the Lord is leading you, but the flesh is so used to doing things a different way. So it feels like you're doing this. It feels like you are doing things that you haven't really decided to do. That you're doing them almost floating into them. But what's really happening now is that you are listening to the Holy Spirit, somebody you've never listened to before. So now you're listening to a guy that's really like a stranger. You know what I'm saying? It's like you used to listening to these guys. But this guy over here is like strange to you. But you listening to him anyway, so you feeling, and you ain't sure about this. But brother, no, be rest assured in this. That one, you done washed it through the brother. You know it's right. And once you know washed it through the brother, once you done talked on Muhammad and Mayat, and told you that this is the right thing to do, this is what you're supposed to do, let me tell you, brother, when you walk in that spirit of that counsel, don't look back. Even if you don't understand it fully, know that you did the right thing by the Most High. And whatever repercussion comes for it, don't act like it's strange. Listen, don't act like it's strange if your mother turns on you. Like at least you got somebody to turn on you that you had to come up against. Listen, what's worse is when they turn on you when you came to save them. Like brothers will experience that. When you come to save their life and they turn on you like, what the hell you in the middle of this for? Brother, that could happen. But if it happens, I'm going to let you come in and say, if it happens, don't think of it as strange. It is not strange. You understand? The man that came to give life to the whole world, they killed him on the tree and cheered his death. What are they going to do when it comes to you and me? And all the brothers that stand with the Lord, they're going to hate you too. So don't think of it as strange. Christ said, a man's enemy shall be they of his own household. But your war is to continue to wake up Israel. So what you got to do is keep waiting and fighting and striving till the day come where you can speak to him again and be able again, once again, to try to infill him with the knowledge of the truth and continue to follow the Spirit, even though it seemed harsh or seemed like you flipping back and forth. Keep walking in the Spirit, because all it is you now, whereas you walk with the other spirits your whole life, now you walking with another spirit and still them spirits still saying, yo, what you doing? What you doing? So it feel, what am I doing? What am I doing? What you doing now is you walking in the Spirit of the Lord. That is what you're doing. So just give it time. You'll get used to it like anything. You first start learning how to ride a bike, you're going to be wobbly and conscious of everything. And you're going to feel like saying, you know what? I don't even want to learn how to ride a bike. This is too much work. It's too much of a headache. But it feel that way because you just learned. But after a while, you're going to get seasoned in it. When you're used to riding, then you're going to start riding fast. Then it's going to get good to you. Then you're going to start beating people in a race. Then you're going to be fully in control of that bike. That's what's happening with you. You just got to give it time. And it's happening fast with you. I don't know why. But I know that the Most High is working with you out very, very fast. And you one of the brothers, out of all the brothers that came in here, you one of the brothers that came in here and the Most High adjusted the fasting. And he coming at you like, and he wants you to be completely new, quick. And that's why all this is happening. And that ain't happening more. A lot of brothers come in and have time, season, and go over and change. But the Lord changing you fast. And for whatever reason, you know what I mean? So you got to just keep hanging with the Spirit, even though it seems like it's going like this. And you don't know what's happening. Keep hanging with him. Just ride with him. And tell the Most High you're going to stand with him. You're going to ride with him in the Spirit. Because for sure, he know what he see, you and I can't see. He see inside your father's brain. He see inside your mother's brain. And he know what he wants you to do and how he wants you to do it for it to accomplish his goal. You can say that.
Well, if I could, and what he was just saying about that war and how that feeling, Paul said the same thing too in Romans 7:14-23. He was saying like a war of my members and right. Go back and forth and all that.
Your body want to do what the flesh say, your spirit want to do the other thing. That's what you be up against. And the problem is, like Christ said, if we could get the scripture where Christ spoke about the different seeds, some fell on stony ground, some fell, let's get that. Because that's what you fighting too. This is a war.
But also, like, another thing, like, too, like, I could be, like, when I'm walking, you know, I get up happening, but when I get there, it's a funny feeling.
You get where?
When I get at my mother's house, and when I get there, it's like the only feeling that's strong is my mother, because my mother is a peaceful one. My mother is the one who put up with. I can tell you, my mother can see what everybody see hate in somebody. My mother can always see something good in something, you know, and it's like with my father, no matter what he do, and I can show you, and the good thing, because with my sister, I can feel it. My sister is a devious person. I love my sister, but it's just that things that my sister do, I know in my heart it's not right. Like my mother can tell us something in confidential. She'll go spill it and cause confrontation. If she can't get things her way, she say things, and like the instance when the fight between my mother and my father, you know, she wanted me to come there, and her exact words was, when you come there, you tell them. And like when I went there, I told my father, I said, look, I'm not here to get in between your marriage. I'm here to see what's going on with my mother. And when I start talking to her, yeah. And the thing about it was, when I got there, I'm talking, and everything was cool. It was calm. But when she came in, I mean, man, I could tell you, it was like demons was like coming on, you know, and I'm sitting up here telling her that I didn't come here for this.
Hold that. We're going to talk about it more at the end of the class. We'll hold that for them. But let me tell you, brother, listen, what you seeing now is that you are weak. And you looking now at the real thing. Like now you looking at your sister and really seeing your sister. Looking at your father and really seeing your father. And that's the thing about the truth. The Lord said this. He said this to, I think it's either Ezekiel or John Revelation. He said, take this roll. And he said, eat this roll, for it shall be sweet in your mouth. You get the knowledge, it's sweet in your mouth. He said, but when it goeth down into your belly, it becomes the bitterest of herbs. Because what happened is, you get the truth, it's like, yeah, the truth is wonderful, it's beautiful. But then when this truth get inside you, you start looking around at the people in the world, and you be like, that stuff is evil. This ain't right. This gotta stop. Boy, you know, it's like you in a house full of snakes and serpents. And meanwhile, this is who you grew up with. This is who you love your whole life. But meanwhile, you ain't never know. You ain't know. Let me tell you, man, it's brothers and sisters out and children that grew up with their parents that been preyed on by their family member their whole life and come into the truth and then realize that my whole time my mother been manipulating me. The whole time my brother been manipulating me. And find out how evil this family member was, and you never know. You thought y'all had a great relationship till you woke up to the truth and found out what was right and what was wrong, and now realize this person is really, we had a great relationship because they've been preying on me. They've been using me my whole life, and I did never know. But meanwhile, the Lord woke me up, and that's what you're seeing now. You're seeing now the truth about your sister. You see the truth about your father, the truth about your mother as well. You understand, where you might not have saw that before. But now that you got the truth, you're seeing the truth by it. And it's not easy always to digest. But brother, this is the battle. Your eyes being open, like just like in that movie, The Matrix, when they woke him up and he started looking around, they said he gonna pop. He started and threw up everything because he realized he was on a ship and it was in darkness his whole life. Well, that's you. You about ready to pop.
I'm thinking I'm going crazy because it's like my emotions, like because before I told you it was easy for me to be angry because I can tell people I used to be angry all the time, just angry. But now it's like
now you got to exercise emotions you never exercised.
Exactly.
You get feelings that you never had before. Feelings that do not feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Like this don't feel right.
I found myself shedding a tear. I'm like,
what's wrong with me? You think, am I going soft? No, you are seeing horror like you never seen it before. And know this, your king shed tears long before.